Let us continue with our lesson, and we have a add tags repository already. So what we will do is I will just close everything for now. We need to work with our view model. So let's go to a view model, and I think we have created a view model already. If you go to the UI and let's go to the tags over here, tags fragment. Okay, so we have a view model. So let's drag that one to the to do over here and just move it. Okay, so we have a tax view model already, and let's open this one. So we need to do the implementation of a view model, and first of all let me create a companion object and of a constant var of a tag, and this should be of a view tax view model. Okay, so we have created a constant var, and we need to create if we go to the add tags repository, we need to pass a network service. So in order to create a network service, we need a networking. So networking will create a network service for us. So let's go and let's close this one. And why not we just go back to our auth, and I think the login view model we have created already. So let's just copy all of this, just copy and just paste it over here. Just click on OK, and we have a network service over here, which is we are created from a networking.create, and we are passing the base URL. So we already have a network service. And other thing, I think we don't need it, we just need a repository for us. So let's go over here and create we need to create one more variable, I think. So that should be of a private let init var of or add tags repository. So where is that one? Add tags repository. Why I'm not getting that one? Where is that one? So add tags repository. Tags are EPOSIT. Okay, so we have add tags repository, and okay, so let's create a function, and this function we say add tags, and over here we need a parameter for our, if we go over to the repository add tags repository, we need a token and a add request. So for here I think we just get a one request, which is of a add tags request, and we need to prepare add tags request, and we should return a live data, and inside this I'll just say as a val data is equals to a add tags repository, right? Dot we need to add tags repository. Why it's coming valid? Okay, so sorry for that, it should not be a valid token, so let's remove that one. So we need a add tags repository, sorry for that one, and we need the add tags, and we need to pass a string of token as well as let's pass an empty for now token, and for that one I'll just pass a it should be for add tags request. And finally we need to emit the value of our data, and we need to create a token now. So how do we get a token? Is we need to get it from our, if you go to the local, and we need to get it from over here, so the key access token. So in order to create that one, we need a app reference as well as a set reference. So I think we have already done it in our login view. So we need a preference as well as an app reference, and just copy this one. So let's copy this one and let's go to the add tags, view model over here, and over here we just paste that one, and we need to create a, so we have to follow the same, because whenever we want to make use of a set preference, we have to get the set preference, and to get the set preference we need a context outside of the activity. So from outside we need to pass the context. So let's go over here and let's create a function of a init. So let's say init, and init we need to pass a context. So let's create a context over here, and let's say this set preference, right? So set preference is equals to context dot get set preference, and we need to pass the set preference as well as the, okay, so we need to pass this one. So I think it's better we create one of the static variable for our this one, which is a preference name. So I think it's better we create. So I think, okay, so for now let's make use of that one. I think later we will create a static variable, so we can just call it from anywhere instead of just typing it. And whenever you are typing it, manually typing it, you have a greater chance to error prone. So whenever we are typing manually, we may misspell or something may be missing. So it's better we create one static variable. So once we have a set preference, now we can just say that the app preference dot, we can get a token, right, access token, and inside this access, okay, we have to create first the app preference. So if we go to the login view model, we have to create the app preference first, so before we get access, otherwise it will cause a null pointer exception because we haven't initialized it. This is a let init variable and we haven't initialized it. So we can say that, sorry, app preference, so app preference is equals to app preference, and we need to pass the set preference. Just pass it over here and that should be fine. And now we can pass the, not the set, it should be get access token, and let's create one variable over here of let's say private. I can just say as a var, private var of let's say a token, and this should be of a string, and which is currently of a empty, sorry, should be okay in token. And now we have a token, and let's say token is equals to app preference get that access token dot to string. Yeah, okay, so now we have a token, and let's pass it over here, the token. Okay, so that should be fine. So we have successfully created the init as well as the add tags. So if you go over here, we have done the same thing in the previously when we created a login view model, create a init, and we created a function to get the or to post the live data. So if you go add tags, sorry, the tags view model, we have done the same thing, and we have a init. We need to call this whenever we initialize the tags view model, and the add tags is to add a tag, so we need to pass the parameter of a add tags request, and it's a live data, so it will be returning a live data of a add tags response. So let's meet up in the next lecture, and we will be handling this in our fragment of a tags. So let's meet up in the next lecture. Till then, have a great day.